Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another Tea with Nan on a Monday. I hope you're here with me. I hope you can tune in. It's a cold one, the skies are grey, and it's an ideal time for me to talk to you about what we're going to be doing today is about daydreaming. So I hope you've got your cuppa, and it's a good day to daydream when the skies are so grey. And if anyone's there or someone's watching, that's nice. Hello, whoever you are. Yes, so daydreaming is what we're going to be talking about today and why it's so important to daydream. It's really important because if we don't daydream, we've just got the grey skies, haven't we? Hello, thumbs up for you too. And so, yeah, I hope you've got your cuppa, whoever's listening and watching. It's nice just to chill out for half an hour and learn all about, well, just to remember really what's important. You know, we tend to get so busy in life. We don't really, oh, hello Vanda. Hi Irene. It's nice to see you. Don't we all get busy? We get very busy. But some of us forget to daydream. You know, when we were children, we used to really love daydreaming, didn't we? We used to look up at the sky and we'd look at the clouds and we'd, hi Irene, and we'd make little shapes and we'd imagine those were animals or whatever, and then we'd daydream about what we wanted to be or do in our life. It was an inspiration just to, you know, invest in that kind of feeling of possibility. You know, as a child we daydream everywhere. A lot of children daydream, especially when they're in classrooms. But so yeah, I bet you used to daydream as well, didn't you? Well, I used to love it. I used to love daydreaming, laying sort of just watching the clouds. But it was a good idea because it gives you inspiration. It gives you, hi Faye! Oh, lovely to see you on here, darling. You're going to like this one today because, as I say, it's about daydreaming. It's about your inner child as well. It's about sort of tuning into that part of you to see what you need to daydream about. But we used to do it, didn't we, as a child? Most people did. And they daydream of better times or whatever situation they want to have. Quite a few people I know, they daydream about things about like cars or houses they wanted when they were older. I know one particular man who said that when he was a child, he used to get dropped off at school by his dad with this old car. And he always said to himself, I'm daydreaming that I have this wonderful car to drop my children off when I'm a father. And you know what? Because he had put so much effort and energy into that daydream, he got it. And he drives the best car. So it doesn't mean about material things, but it can be anything. Of course it can. Hi Adrian, it's nice to see you, hun. I hope you got your cuppa and you're relaxing for half an hour with me. It's nice to see you on here. I don't think I saw you last week, but catch up if you need to. Anyway, so why do we need to daydream? It's really good for hope. And hope opens this chakra, okay? It's good to think about not being stuck in a rut or in a place where you feel you can't get out of. You know, as we get older, sometimes the walls metaphorically get sort of closed in. We end up working or being in a small place of self. And that's not really going to serve us. We need to stretch our minds to something that we could possibly have. And so that's why it's really good for the law of attraction as well, because you're thinking about what you want. And while you're daydreaming, you're actually experiencing some of that. Hi, Mand. Nice to see you, darling. And a heart to you too. So you're kind of daydreaming about having something. And hi, Kerry. It's lovely to see you too. So you're daydreaming about having something. And for that moment that you're thinking about it and experiencing it in your mind, you're kind of really doing, by the law of attraction, you're taking that intention that you'd like to have it, and you're bringing it to you. You're kind of drawing it to you. So for so many reasons, it's good to daydream. It's good for your mind. It's good to take away stress. It's good to balance you, actually, from a busy mind. I mean, you might be thinking a lot of what you're doing and, you know, must organise that and this. And then daydreaming kind of puts the balance right, doesn't it? It puts it into a place of, okay, it's not, you might think it's not productive, but it is. It's very good because then it sets the intention on a subconscious level and your mind is listening to that intention. So huge amount of your mind, as you know, is subconscious, and that is going to be listening. It's going to be aware of what you want to daydream, okay? What you want in that desire, okay? So it releases happiness hormones. It's very good because, I mean, you've got the serotonin and oxytocin. What do you want to daydream about as an adult? Hi, Kelly. Nice to see you on here, darling. So, what do you want to daydream about? There's so many things. You could daydream about having a better situation in your life, or you could daydream about a holiday you might need, or, as I say, material things if you needed them, or maybe see yourself as a successful person, or a person that's achieving something that you really desire. That's a daydream. I mean, that's a form of cosmic ordering. When you put that energy there, you'll probably match it. You'll probably find you present yourself to that place and you'll end up having it. Wouldn't that be great? So it's good for your happiness hormones. It's good to overcome negative feelings. Now, everyone knows that January can be quite a hard month because it's cold. It seems to be the longest month, doesn't it? Oh, John, my cousin said, hi, Chuckles, I'm a daydream believer. Actually, I'm going to come to that. I'm going to talk about the power of the song. You could sing that, Daydream Believer, all day long, and wouldn't that make you feel good? It's good for your inner child, as I say. So, John, I think that's your song. But there is another song I was going to talk about, which is from the South Pacific. I used to watch it with my mum, and it is called Happy Talkie Talkie. Talk about things you like to do, and if you don't have a dream, then how you're going to make a dream come true. And if you listen to that, put it up on YouTube or something and listen to it. It's really great. How are you going to make a dream come true if you don't have one? We quite often limit ourselves by thinking, oh, we shouldn't really have too much to dream about because one, I might not get it. And two, isn't that greedy? Or we have self-judgment on some of those things. We don't think we deserve them on another level, maybe. So dare to dream, have that courage it takes to invest in a dream, okay? Because it is extremely good for you. As I say, it's good for this area because it's good for your light blue. Love singing like you do, says Manji. I almost burst into song there. I nearly did the song that I was just talking about, but oh well, I won't do it today. But yeah, I love singing. And so find a song that makes you feel like you're really happy and hopeful. I mean, those two in particular that John just mentioned and I mentioned about happy talkie. Happy talkie, sorry. That is really good for you to invest in. Well, maybe I can have a dream. Maybe I can just imagine my life in a different way. We always want something. We're always aspiring to something. Why can't we use that inner child feeling of imagination? Because that quite often gets sort of stale when we get older. We don't use it as much. Creative people do, but it's good to be mindful of what you desire. And don't worry if you don't get it. At least while you're doing this exercise, you will find you feel better because of your hormones. It's lovely. They're going around your body, and by the law of attraction, you're attracting more things to be happy about. Okay? Really good. You're a winner either way. So I've got some talks here that I've written on my board here to remind you of where you can go just to help inspire you to do that daydream, to remind you why it's so important. Hi, Jane. I was hoping I might see you today, darling. I hope you're okay and everyone's well. So as I say, we're talking about daydreaming. There's 8 talks I've got here that I think would help you. And they're not really in any order of preference, but the first one is you already know anyway, which is the wheel, of course, because the wheel, it can be used for anything mindful. So I use it a lot. So that's number 7, and you'll find it on my website in the red section. They've all been put into color coded, so you know which area of the body they're going to help you in. So when you go to the wheel, it will help this area because you're going to daydream inside that wheel, but you'll also help that area as your main body's battery would be as a tonic for it. See, so that's cool. So yeah, go to that one if you want to perhaps use the wheel, where you would take yourself in, and in this case, you would think, what do I want? I'm going to just daydream. What could I have if I just used my imagination and not my logic? What would I be dreaming of? What could I have? It could be a relationship. It could be, as I say, a thing. It could be just a sense of being. It could be success. It could be happiness. It could be, where would you like to see yourself? So, okay, you take yourself in the wheel, and it might be whatever you desire, and you just absorb that. You take that into you. Now, that's the form of daydreaming as well, because you're daydreaming this feeling. So that's number 7. Then you've got Over the Cliff, which is number 14. Now, the reason why I chose this is because it is about relationships that haven't really gone easy. And, you know, supposing you were missing somebody that you would like to have more in your life, perhaps a family member or friend, and you've had to detach from them for some reason. So Over the Cliff is I release you with love, come back with love or not at all. But that kind of feeling is detachment. And when you're detaching from it, you're thinking, okay, now I'm not thinking of the loss of that person. I've just detached. And so, and obviously, if you listen to the talk, it goes on a lot more for half an hour about how easy this is to use and how great it is in its effect. So, okay, now you've detached. What about if you just think about that person, daydream, that person comes back to you with love? Now you've detached from the problem, and now you've created a void where you daydream, and the daydream can come to you because you're investing feelings into that daydream. And wouldn't it be nice to have that person back in my life, or to have to be friends again, or whatever it is you're feeling, okay? So, oh, thanks for the heart, Jane. That's lovely. I love you too. So, yeah, think about what that is. I mean, you might want to use that one if you're missing somebody, or you're missing a relationship like that. Then daydream about having another relationship just like it, okay? So that's number 14 in the green section. And you want my website, of course, is www.nancyfinch.co.uk. Now, the next one I've got for you is Remove the Nail, which is number 20. And what that's all about is basically getting yourself out of a very stale situation into something new, taking yourself away from what doesn't really suit you, what doesn't make you happy, you know. And I've talked about that a lot in different ways. But I mean, supposing, for instance, you had a job you were in and you really didn't like that job and you just put up with it because it paid the bills, etc., etc. But that's still not doing you any good. You know, it's really not helping you. That to stay in that situation, it's bad for your body, it's bad for your mind, it's bad for the law of attraction. So how could you use that, you know, this happiness, this beautiful daydreaming happiness in that particular, with that talk? Well, imagine when you're in that work or whatever that situation is, that stale situation, just imagining that you're not there, that you're working in a job that really makes you happy without the logic of how. Remember, that's not what we're going to be doing, because that's not, your subconscious knows how and the law of attraction knows how. So you don't really have to do that. You just have to think, oh, I have this wonderful job that I really love, I enjoy going to, and all those details are in there in your feelings because you're just daydreaming them. You're just imagining them. And if you do it for more than 17 seconds, it's locked in. It's helping your body, and you can just go about your business, and hopefully that will come to you. I'd love it to. I'd love you to be successful at this. So that's a good one, Remove the Nail. It's identifying what doesn't serve you in order to think about what it is you really want, and then just imagine it like a child. Now, the next one is Self-Talk, number 34. And that's in the blue section. Now, I don't know if I mentioned Remove the Nails in the red, but that's where you want to look for it. But number 20, you'll find it anyway. So Self-Talk, 34 in the blue, okay? Self-Talk's all about the inner child. So you might want to look in the mirror. Oh, thank you, Mandy, for sharing it. I'd love it when you share things like this because it helps so many people, doesn't it? So you could look in the mirror and you could say to your inner child, how are you feeling? What do you want? And you kind of connect to yourself. And you could do that with a mirror, or you could do it with a nice little framed picture of you as a child. That would be good. And so what you're doing is you're just thinking, what do I need? What do I need? What does my inner child need? And so once you've got that, if you have that information that comes to you, I need a holiday, or I need time off, or I need some fun, or I need whatever, then you can just daydream like a child. I mean, I keep looking up to the sky because that's where I daydream. Or you could do it on a beach. You could daydream looking at the waves. You could daydream looking into the woods. Whatever you want. Hi, Simon. Nice to see you. So how would you like to daydream? Where would you like to daydream? Would you like a place? Would you daydream in your garden? Why not? Daydream if you're just looking out. You know, it's lovely. It's a moment where you just kind of don't think of anything but what you desire. Okay, so it really helps you to do a bit of self-talk, because that way you're looking at yourself in the mirror, or the photo or the photo of you when you were a child, and just bring that mindfulness. What would you desire? What do you desire? What would that inner child like? And then just, as I say, put energy towards it. Brilliant. I am self-taught on my Facebook page profile. Ah, self-taught. That's very good, John. Well done. So what's the next one? We've got Dear Body, number 15. And that's in the red section as well. You'll like that because there's a lot of red going on here today. When we're focusing on the red section, as I say, it's really good for your main bass. But a few of them are green and a few of them are blue that I'm talking about. So it's a tonic for your body anyway, just going to those talks. Hi, Lee. Nice to see you. So, Dear Body, how are you going to use that? Well, you can imagine a part of your body is not very well. So you've got an ache or pain somewhere, okay? And you might think, in that particular exercise, we have like a thing we say, my body and I are best friends and we work well together. Dear body, I want you to. And you instruct it. Well, this is kind of how you could use this, is you could look at whatever condition you have and realise and talk to your body and say you'd like it fixed. But if you follow that instruction when you listen to the talk, but you can just daydream that that is no longer an issue. Supposing you had a bad shoulder, or imagine being able to use that shoulder really freely, like you did before it was ill, before it had a problem. Or whatever the condition is, imagine yourself to be free of it. Irene says, I use Dear Body a lot and it really helps. It does. It makes sense, doesn't it? Because then you're connecting to that team. You're a team with your body and you value it and you tell it what to do and it simply does it. Well, it does it for a lot of people. It depends how much you play with that and give it a go. But yeah, you can then imagine whatever part of your body you want fixed or whatever condition, you can imagine it's actually fixed. And you haven't got, just daydreaming it. Just imagine it. And people, as I say, are frightened to imagine in case they don't get it. But as I say, it's good for you for so many reasons why you're doing this exercise. It's good for your body, your mind, your hormones, the law of attraction. It's good for you to sort of stay positive as well. It naturally makes you positive, okay? And you'll inspire other people with that. So what's the next one? So Dear Body's good if you want to try it for a physical reason. And the next one is The Power of the Song, which I've just been talking about. So yeah, choose, that's number 24 and it's in the blue section. So we all know how powerful music is and how songs are. So let's get into that and choose a song like John has, Daydream Believer, great. And Happy Talkie Talkie, why not? And if you can find a few songs that give you hope or make you feel like you can daydream, songs that make you feel happy for your inner child. Something, I know one of my lovely people on here I've seen come up already, she's got a particular song that she does, which is a circus song, and I absolutely love it because it just makes you feel happy when you hear it. And with that song, you could daydream. You could have that feeling of that joy, Oh, good morning, sunshine, says Irene. Yes. Yeah, those kind of songs, really good. When you're hearing that, you could put it on in the background. Search for the Hero is my song, says Mand. Oh, good song. So, okay, you're searching for your hero. Now daydream. Have that song to bring your energy up and then daydream, because the song itself will raise your emotional balloon higher. And if it raises it higher, you're more likely to have a greater effect by the law of attraction and a greater effect on you. So yeah, choose your song. Why not? And after that song or during that song, think about what it is you desire and dare to dream. Just experience it as if it's as much detail as possible to that daydream. What's the next one? Touchstone. Yes, I like this one. Touchstone is number 32 and it's in the red section. And what that is, that's where you will find, like, one lady's got a great big granite rock outside. Oh, happy days, says Irene. I like that one too. So a great big granite rock, and every time she touches it, it's a lucky stone, okay? Well, if you had an object that you touch for luck, and if you listen to that, you'll understand why it's so important, then you've kind of set the intention that you deserve it, and you can have it. So that's a really powerful thing. You're setting the intention, you're kind of detaching once you've touched it. Now daydream. Now think about what else would you like? What else would you feel would make your day? So you've just touched your stone with an intention, lucky or whatever it is you want, and then you're feeling, yeah, I'm in a good place. I'm in a happy place. I'm lucky. And when you're feeling lucky, you dare to dream, don't you? So what's the next one? Soulmate Connection. I left this one to last because it's lovely. A lot of people who would like to have relationships or the comfort of a relationship, they really, really love this one because the soulmate hands is number 42. It's green, in the green section. It's where you take your hand and the imaginary person and you bring them together and you unite. Beautiful feeling. And I talk about it more in that talk, how to do that. But that gives you a really good feeling of happiness hormones, doesn't it? But you're kind of drawing it to you by the law of attraction. And while you're experiencing that, you're feeling good, which is what you want. It's almost as if you have the real thing. Well, I've got something to add to that I haven't done a talk about yet, where you can imagine that you're hugging yourself and you're in the arms of the one you love at the same time every day, and that person just takes all the tension away, and you just experience that hug. And you can give yourself a hug like this and close your eyes and daydream and actually experience the feeling of being comforted or nurtured or supported or loved. Breathe in that love of the imaginary person you'd like to have, or someone you miss maybe. So you could do that and really, really benefit yourself physically and by the law of attraction, like I keep going on about. So those are just 8 talks that I've done, I've picked out that would help you to do a little bit more investing in daydreaming, okay? So have a think about that today. What would you like to daydream? You know, just think, what would it be if you had a magic wand and nothing was going to stop you from getting it, and you dare to imagine having what you like? You would feel so good at the end of that daydream. Try and do it for at least a couple of minutes if you can, or longer if you feel you can. Hi Karen, it's nice to see you. So invest in a daydream. It's not a waste of time. As I say, if you don't have a dream, how are you going to make a dream come true? You have to have a dream. And as I say, we forget how to dream when we get older. A lot of people do, because they get too serious or too logical, and the logic tends to override the daydream. How can I get that? Well, I can't get this because of that. Well, daydream anyway, because it's good for you. And it's good, as I say, you might just find that thing that you desire comes into your consciousness and you have it without logically thinking, well, how did I get that? It just turned up. I just had it. It just came into my life, and my consciousness is now drawing, because I'm feeling it, I'm drawing it to me, okay? And so your energy will do that. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, I'm going to put it on later. Please like, subscribe and share. And I've got another Tea with Nan, 12 o'clock next week. And I think that covers everything. So if you want to, you can always tell me how you feel about this particular. Oh, Irene says laughter is really good for you. I love laughing. It's so good for you. It's like putting air in your emotional balloon. Makes you giggle. Have a little giggle time. Just laugh and be fun, because your inner child loves it. And up goes that emotional balloon. And from there is where you can get much more in your life. You can attract much better things. If you're in an emotionally low place, you're kind of down here, and it's harder to get what you want. It's harder to daydream. But put your favourite song on and have a giggle or dance around, and then daydream. That's why these talks are so good, okay? I really love them. And one more thing I've written ages ago. I don't think you can. I'm not sure if you can see that in the right way around. Probably not. Focus and feel what you want to be real, okay? Focus and feel what you want to be real. It's just about focusing on what you want, not what you don't want, and imagine it to be real. Just feel it to be real. This is where all the magic happens, okay? And it's really good for you. Hi, Sarah. If you've only just joined us, then perhaps you can listen to this again, which would be really cool. So time's gone again, but I hope you can play with this and contact me on my email address if you want to chat to me about how you feel about this particular exercise. So that's nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk, okay? Or you can catch me on Facebook or leave a message on my website. There's loads of meditations and stuff on my website, so have fun having a look around that, and previous talks and previous Tea with Nan. So, and you know what, my cup is really funny. It's a bit like, I can't read what it says, I think it used to say something, but it looks like clouds in the sky. When I really love that, because now I've got permission and I've got something to remind me that I can just gaze out and just imagine something I desire. And to know, guys, that you deserve it. You deserve whatever your inner child wants. And even as I say, you can't see how to get it, it's still valid that you do it. Oh, you're welcome, Mandy. It's lovely to be with you. I really love being on here every Monday. Focus on what you want, guys, and let me know how you've... Oh, that's nice. Let me know how you get on. Mandy says, you've helped me so much. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Jane. Oh, namaste to all of you and lots of love, because we need to support each other. And things are getting better every day if you look in the right places. So look to the sky or wherever you want to go and just imagine your life to be better, or your family's life. Daydream for other people as well. That's quite nice. So have fun with that. And I will see you next Monday, and I will try and get round to getting another talk on. And yeah, just really enjoy that time out from our busy heads and our busy lives, and daydream what you'd like. Do it for yourself, do it for others, and really enjoy that feeling. Those happiness hormones are going to whiz round your body and you'll feel amazing. Right, I'll see you next week. Lots of love to everybody. Please share this with everyone. It's nice to get it out there and help people. And daydreaming is really good for your body, okay? So it's worth investing in, okay? Take care, everybody. Lots of love. See you next week. Bye. Bye.